Welcome to Inside English. Step inside the world of stories, language, and ideas.
Hello, everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to Inside English. I am Olivia. It is so good to be with you today. Thank you for joining me. I am so happy you are here. This is our quiet time, our special time. This is our time for stories. Here we talk about big ideas and big feelings. Here at Inside English, we do something special. We open big books. We open classic books, famous stories from all around the world. And we talk about them. We talk about the feelings inside these books. We use simple, clear English. We want everyone to listen. We want everyone to understand. And most important, we want everyone to feel the story with us. Today, we have a very special book. It is a big book, and it has a big, heavy heart. The story is deep. It is like a deep, dark river. It is powerful, and it moves slowly. But it is full of deep human feeling. I have a question for you before we start. Think about a mistake. A small mistake. Maybe you break a cup. You feel bad. You say, "I am sorry. It is finished." Now, think about a big mistake. A very big mistake. A terrible mistake, a secret. What happens after? What happens inside your mind? What happens to your heart? How do you live with this big, dark secret? How do you look at your family? How do you look at your friends? Does the secret build a wall? A wall between you and the world? Today we talk about this feeling. We talk about what happens after the big, terrible mistake. Our book today is called Crime and Punishment. It is a very famous book. The author is Fyodor Dostoevsky. He was a great Russian writer. He lived many, many years ago. But his stories feel new. His stories feel like today. His books are always about the human heart and the human mind. Crime and punishment. The name tells us two things. Crime, doing something wrong, breaking the law, and punishment, the price you pay for doing wrong. But this book is special. It asks a great question. What is the real punishment? Is it the police? Is it the judge? Is it the prison, or is the punishment inside your own mind? Is it the feeling of being alone? Is it the voice in your head that never stops? Is it the guilt? Let's begin our journey. We are not going to tell the whole story, step by step, page by page. No, that is for you to read. Today, we are going to talk about the feeling of this book, the emotions, the colors, the sounds, the darkness, and the small, brave light. Are you ready? Let's take a deep breath. Let's open the book. Let's go inside. Our story takes place in a city. The city is St. Petersburg in Russia. But this is not the beautiful city from pictures. No, this city in our book is hot. It is a terrible summer. The air is bad. It is full of dust and bad smells. The air is yellow. There are too many people. The streets are dirty. Everything feels heavy. The city itself feels sick. We meet a young man. His name is Raskolnikov. Raskolnikov is a student. He is very handsome. He is very smart. He reads many books. He thinks many big, complex thoughts. But Raskolnikov is poor. He is very, very poor. He has no money at all. He lives in a tiny room. It is not even a room. It is like a small box, or a cupboard. He says it is like a coffin, a box for a dead person. The wallpaper is yellow. It is an old, sick, peeling yellow color. This yellow color is everywhere in the book. It is the color of sickness. It is the color of his bad idea. He has no money. He owes money to his landlady. He is afraid to see her. He hides in his room. He stops going to school. He stops eating. He just stays in his little yellow room. He just thinks. And he thinks. And he thinks. He feels very alone. He walks around the hot, crowded city. He hears people shouting. He smells the bad air. He sees rich people in fine carriages. He sees poor people drinking, sleeping in the street. He sees sadness everywhere, and he feels a great anger inside him. He feels lost. He feels crushed by the city. Raskolnikov has an idea. A big idea. A dangerous idea. He thinks, am I a normal person? Or am I special? He reads a magazine. He thinks some people are normal. They just follow rules. But some people are special. They are strong. They can make new rules. They can do anything to help the world, he thinks. Am I a normal person? Or am I special? He needs to know. This idea grows in his mind. It is like a poison. It is his sickness. He is not a bad man. He is a lost man. He is a proud man. His ideas are his sickness. There is an old woman. She is a pawnbroker. A pawnbroker is someone who gives money for things. People bring her their watches, their rings, their last good things. She gives them a little money. She keeps their things. She is not a nice woman. She is old and mean. She has a lot of money. She is rich. Raskolnikov thinks about her. He thinks she has so much money. She is a bad person. She is like a spider. She hurts poor people. I am a good person. I am smart. I have no money. I could do good things with her money. I could help my mother. I could help my sister. He thinks, what if I stop her? What if I take her money? It is for a good reason. He thinks this is just a test of his idea. Is he a special man? This is the crime in Crime and Punishment. Raskolnikov does a terrible thing. He plans it. He takes an axe. He goes to the old woman's apartment. He kills her. We will not talk about the details. The details are dark. What is important is the feeling, the chaos, the fear, the surprise. It does not go as planned. Her sister Lizaveta comes in. She is a good, kind woman. She is simple. She is innocent. She is a friend of Sonia, who we meet later. Raskolnikov is scared. He is confused. He kills her too. He takes some money. He takes some small things. He does not even look at them. He does not count the money. He just runs. He runs back to his tiny yellow room. He did it. He tested his idea. He did the terrible thing. So, is he happy? Does he feel strong? Does he feel special? No, he feels nothing. Then he feels sick. He feels a terrible cold sickness. This is the start of the punishment. The punishment is not the police. The punishment is Raskolnikov. His punishment is inside his own head. Now we are in the second part of our story. The after. The long, long after Raskolnikov is very sick. He has a fever. He lies in his bed for days. He is in a bad dream. His friend Razumikin helps him. He brings a doctor. He brings food. Raskolnikov does not remember. He is lost. He is not in prison. But he is not free. When he gets better, he is a different person. He is scared. He is paranoid. Paranoid means you think everyone is watching you. You think everyone knows your secret. He hears people talking about the crime. He thinks they are talking about him. He hides the things he stole. He puts them under a big rock. He does not use the money. He just wants to forget. But he cannot forget. He walks the city. He walks and walks. He has no purpose. He just walks. He wants to be away from people. But he also wants to be with people. He is completely confused. He cannot be with his family. His mother and his sister Dunya come to the city. He loves them. But he cannot talk to them. He cannot be near them. His secret is like a poison. He feels he is not clean. He feels he is dirty. He cannot be near them. He has a friend. His name is Razumikin. Razumikin is a good friend. He is also poor. He is also a student. But he is happy. He works. He laughs. He is kind. He is everything Raskolnikov is not. Razumikin shows that poverty does not make a person bad. Raskolnikov's idea makes him bad. He pushes Razumikin away. He pushes his mother away. He pushes his sister away. He pushes everyone away. He feels so alone. This is the real punishment. It is not prison. It is isolation. It is feeling separate. It is like he is a ghost. He walks. He sees people. But he cannot connect. He reads the newspaper. They talk about the crime. He goes to the police station. He wants to see what they know. He plays a game with the detective. The detective's name is Porfiry. Porfiry is very smart. He is quiet and watches. He does not shout. He does not say, "You did it." No. He smiles. He talks. He asks questions. "Oh, you wrote an article? About special people? How interesting." He plays a game. Raskolnikov feels like a mouse. And Porfiry is the cat. Raskolnikov's mind is a battlefield. One part says, "I am special. I am strong. I did nothing wrong." The other part screams, I am a monster. I did a terrible thing. I killed Lizaveta, the innocent woman. He is trapped. He is trapped in his own guilt. His pride is his prison. But then he meets someone. A light in the dark. A very small, quiet light. Her name is Sonia. Sonia is a young woman. She is like Raskolnikov in some ways. She is also very poor. Her family is suffering. Her father drinks too much. Her stepmother is sick. There are small children. They have no food. Sonia does things to get money. Sad things. Things she hates. She sells herself. Her life is very, very hard. Like Raskolnikov, she is also separate from good people. She is an outcast, but Sonia is different from Raskolnikov. Raskolnikov is proud. Sonia is humble. Raskolnikov trusts his mind. Sonia trusts her heart. Raskolnikov believes in his own ideas. Sonia believes in God. Raskolnikov goes to Sonia. Why Sonia? Because she is also outside. People look at her and see a bad person. Raskolnikov sees a person who suffers. But she does not have pride. She has faith. She has a big heart. He sees her small, clean room. He feels something strange. He does not understand it. He sees that Sonia suffers. She suffers every day. But she does not become a bad person. She is kind. She is quiet. She loves her family. She does not judge people. He visits her. He sees a book in her room. It is the Bible. He asks her to read. He says, "Read to me. Read about Lazarus." Lazarus is a man in the Bible. Lazarus dies. He is in the grave for 4 days. He is dead. But then Jesus comes. He calls to Lazarus, and Lazarus comes back to life. Raskolnikov listens to this story. He is Lazarus. He is dead inside. He is in a grave of guilt and pride. He is asking Sonia, "Can I live again?" Sonia reads the story. Her voice is shaking. She understands. She is reading his story. He looks at her. He looks at this small, weak, and strong woman, and he does something he cannot do with anyone else. He tells her the truth. He says, "I did it. I am the one who killed the old woman. And her sister." This is the turning point. He shares his secret. The wall of isolation breaks. He is not alone with his guilt anymore. Sonia knows. What does Sonia do? Does she run away? Does she call the police? Does she hate him? No. She cries. She feels great pity for him. She feels his suffering. She holds him. She tells him, "You must suffer, and then you must ask for forgiveness." She tells him he must go to the street. He must kiss the ground he made bloody. She gives him her cross, a small wooden cross. "Take it," she says. "We will suffer together." She tells him he must confess. He must tell everyone. He must accept his punishment. This is the real punishment. Not hiding, but accepting the pain. This brings us to the end of our journey today. The conclusion of the feeling. Raskolnikov's mind is still fighting. He does not want to confess. He is still proud. He is still scared. He does not want to be weak. But the guilt is too heavy. He cannot carry it. And Sonia's love. It gives him a small, small bit of strength. Her idea is stronger than his. He knows what he must do. He goes to the square. He kisses the dirty ground. People laugh at him. But he does it. He goes to the police station. His heart is beating. He is terrified. He walks in. He opens his mouth. And he confesses. He says the words, "I did it." The punishment begins. The official punishment. They send him to prison, far away, in a cold place called Siberia. It is a hard life. The work is hard. The food is bad. The other prisoners do not like him. He is still proud. He is still cold. He is still alone in his mind. It is not magic. He does not change in one day, but he is not completely alone. Sonia. Sonia follows him. She moves to the town near the prison. She has so little, but she comes. She visits him. She just sits with him. She smiles at him. She does not say much. She just is there. Her love is quiet. Her love is strong. It is patient. Her love is like the sun. It is quiet. It is warm. It is always there. The book ends, but it is also a beginning. For a long time, Raskolnikov is still the same. He is still sick with his pride. But one day, something changes. He is in prison. He is sick again. But when he gets better, something is different. He finally understands. His big idea was wrong. It was empty. It was proud. It was cold and dead. He learns that life is not about big, smart ideas. Life is not about being special. Life is about feeling. Life is about connection. Life is about love. He looks at Sonia, and for the first time, his heart is open. He cries. He holds her. He knows he has a long time in prison. He knows he must suffer. But he is not alone. Slowly, slowly, the ice in his heart melts. The punishment is happening. But the crime inside his heart, is finally washing away. He is beginning a new life. He is like Lazarus, coming back from the dead. Crime and Punishment is a dark book. It is heavy. But at the end, there is a small light, a very powerful light. The book teaches us something. It teaches us that guilt is a terrible prison. It is the worst prison. It locks you inside yourself. It teaches us that every person, every single life is important. No one is special enough to hurt another person. And it teaches us that the way out of the darkness, is not through proud, cold ideas in our mind. The way out is through connection, through honesty, through humility, and through love in our heart. He learns that a big, smart mind can be a prison, but a simple, loving heart, that is freedom. I hope you felt this story. I hope you felt the heat of the city, the coldness of the guilt, and the patient, patient warmth of Sonia's love. Maybe one day you will pick up this book. It is a challenge, but it is a wonderful one. Thank you for listening to Inside English. I am Olivia. Go have a wonderful, thoughtful day. Goodbye.